Okay, so this is the Jaguar F-Type S380 and we're about to start it. First things first, foot on the brake pedal, press the start button. You get that instant roar. If you take a little look at this button here, that's the sports exhaust. Okay, so we're in the Jaguar F-Type S. This is the 380 brake horsepower V6 engine. I'm going to start it up, foot on the brake, push the start button. You get that instant roar, which is what the F-Type's really famous for, really. This particular model's got the sports exhaust as one of the extras, so we put that one on, and we're gonna wake everyone up in the town now because it's not neighbour friendly, that button. Other extras, this particular car's got a heated steering wheel, it's got heated seats. We're not going to need that today because it's normally when I test drive a Jaguar or borrow a Jaguar, then the British weather comes out and ruins the day for me. But today, because we've got a hard top, because this is the coupe version. Right, anyway, let's get it into drive. And it doesn't matter even if you're going 5 miles an hour, this exhaust is just absolutely divine to listen to. We've left the windows down, so if you hear any traffic, that's the reason is because I want for you guys just to hear what it's like in the cabin. It's just such a beautiful drive. Oh, and it's quite low to the floor. I just scraped the bottom of this car. Okay. I'm not going fast, it's just like a few miles an hour there. Okay, so no better place to test drive the Jaguar is the English countryside. So we're going to be taking it out on the English countryside and we're going to give it a nice little test drive. I've got this car for a nice long weekend, a kind of Jaguar to give it to me from Friday afternoon to Monday afternoon. So I've had it for a couple of days now, and I've got to say, I absolutely love it. It's fun to drive, it's comfortable on a long trip, and I just think it's kind of like a real driver's car, without a doubt. I mean, I have test drove other Jaguars and I felt like it's got like the old man feel to it, some of the other models, and that's been quite controversial. This car is just brilliant. I absolutely love it. It's a head turner, everybody looks, and it sounds divine. The sports exhaust is a must if you like a bit of exhaust noise. It spits and splutters and it's wonderful. Wonderful noise. It always sounds like you're going really fast, but really you don't have to go fast to get that enjoyment, that level of enjoyment. It's just absolutely wonderful. When you put your foot down, it goes. The automatic transmission, you wouldn't even, I don't know how many gears it is actually, and you have to forgive me because I don't have really much technical data on the car. All I know is this is 380 brake horsepower, but the automatic transmission is just superb. Absolutely well done to Jaguar. It's just so well done. You wouldn't know when it changes. Sometimes you get a grunt now and then, so I'm presuming it's dropped a gear, but when you speed up and then you slow down and it starts spitting and coughing and you don't need a hi-fi, you know. Most of the time I would say upgrade your hi-fi is the most important thing in the car, especially on long journeys. This hi-fi, you know, it could do with an upgrade, but the engine makes up for it. If you just want to listen to the exhaust note all day long, I don't think I'll ever get bored of it. It's just made for driving. I absolutely think it's wonderful. So this has got like manual pedals, I've never really used them. I'm not really interested in it. I suppose I'm just lazy, maybe. I like manual cars. Right, here we go. And off we go. And then you get the split in. Wonderful. Love it. Absolutely love it. So fun. So much fun. I mean, out of all the cars I've driven recently, I would say, I mean, I love this car. I love the Tesla S. Just pure acceleration wise, and the noise. Oh, it's beautiful. The boot's quite good as well. The convertible model, I wouldn't, you know, if you need a boot, don't go for the convertible model, but because it's pretty poor boot space. But it's ample boot space for this kind of car, you know, small sports coupe. Not quite as big as the TT, the Audi TT. The Audi TT in comparison, you know, I don't know who did it first, but the heated seats are all built into these dials at the front. Very similar to the TT. It's got like that minimalistic look. Of course, this is a different league to the TT. You know, it's more of a premium car. This car probably costs twice as much as a standard Audi TT S-Line, because this car is of course the F-Type S, and for sports, I would say the entertainment system. I'm not a big fan of the Jaguar Land Range Rover kind of infotainment system. I'm not a big fan of it. I think some of the German controls are easier to do while you're driving. You do tend to have to look at the screen and go through menus to do different things. Whereas, I mean, I personally drive an Audi A5. My wife drives an Audi TT, and they're both fairly new. And the controls you can do without looking while you're driving, once you get used to it. This is a different story. You tend to have to look where the screen is while you're driving. So here we go, typical country road in England, and this is the perfect car for driving around on these roads. You get the roar, you're in full control, it takes every bend, the suspension isn't too harsh. Just sit back and enjoy the ride, and every so often you get that smile, because it's such a joy to drive. As for the finish, I recently did a review of the the XF, and I can tell you the finish in here, the leather, there's none of that plasticky feeling. Everything's leather up here. You got this lovely kind of like metal finish here. It looks almost like lizard skin, and it's beautiful to look at, and it's matching leather cut the same way on top. Of course, this goes up and down depending on how much aircon you're using. When the aircon goes off, this goes down. It's got a huge bonnet. You can't actually see over it. You can't viewing around the cabin, mirrors and everything. It's adequate. You can see out the back window. It's big enough to see everything that you want to see. The dials, the instruments, everything's good. And when you floor it like that, of course, it's going to drink the fuel. So if you drive it sensibly, what's the fun in that? You're going to save money on your fuel. But you don't buy a car like this to save money on fuel, that's for sure. So we're going to fill this baby up in a minute, and we're going to carry on. I'm hoping that we can do some outdoor shots if the weather continues, and hopefully you'll see me driving around a little bit outside. And I must apologise, I'm not an expert at reviewing cars, believe it or not, because I've had comments on my other reviews, and it's not been, I haven't had very positive comments. Apparently I can barely talk, but that may be my accent. I live in the West Country of England and we speak quite slowly, so it doesn't mean I'm thick or anything, it's just the way we speak here. Oh, it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. English countryside, look. And the roar of an engine. Little things that make me happy. But this is our English summer. Hey, look, mods. So it's really important to stick to the speed limit. It's so easy to break it in this car. Of course, I wouldn't do anything like that. Definitely wouldn't do anything like that. I mean, you've got to be really careful with the speed. You know, constant vigilance, because you only have to put your foot down a little bit. The next minute you're doing 150. You know, so yeah. Well, the sun's come out to play. That's nice. Happy about that. Very happy. So this is beautiful Cornwall. Mining systems over there. I don't know, they're not mining systems, they're tin mines, I think. Got a nice hill to go up now. Going to 3 lanes. You can just hear the gear change then. I didn't put any extra pressure on. It changed gear. Probably going to do it again now. There you go. So just for you American people out there who've been mentioning the way I say leather. I say leather. I know that, you know, some of you Americans may call what we call a lever, you know, when you like some kind of handle thing, a lever. We call it a lever, you call it like a lever. So again, it's just my accent, I can't help it. It's just the way I am. Oh, look at this beautiful countryside, eh? All of Cornwall up. New Quay over there. We're currently driving through just past New Quay, and just over there, just past the airport, which is just over there. We've got the Boardmasters surfing and music festival, which is going on this weekend. So the traffic in Cornwall has been particularly nasty, and I've got a nice fast BMW at my bum, so I'm just going to pull in and let him pass. Just proof that I'm not breaking the speed limit. There we go. My pet hates though is when people just drive in the outer lane. I mean, I do it quite often because I'm normally overtaking, especially in a car like this. But if you're not overtaking, this driver ahead of us, look, he's pulled over. That's the way to go to do it. No, we drive on the left in this country. On the left side, or the wrong side for many people. definitely not the fastest car on the road anyway, that's for sure. I'm being beaten by a Vauxhall / Opel, whatever that is. Ugly mobile. Quite interesting. We were in Newquay last week. Quite a posh area of Newquay, and very, very nice cars, all parked in the car park, and there must have been maybe 100 cars in the car park, and I would say that 98% of those cars were black, white or grey. Pretty much all of them premium cars. The windmills, funny enough. Quite a lot of wind power going on in Cornwall. Must be all the Cornish pasties. There's the note I like. Yeah, so there was lots of black, white and grey cars. And I think there was only one car that wasn't. It was like a blue car. I don't know if that's like a taste thing. Maybe it's a taste thing. I mean, it was one of those places that was quite expensive. Jamie Oliver has got a restaurant there, that type of thing, you know. But it was quite funny to see that, and it's quite funny that I have a grey car, my wife has a grey car, and my daughter has a grey car. So we always find that quite funny because family of grey cars, all different shades of grey, of course. 50 shades of grey. Here we go. Oh. Of course, it's dangerous to drive if you're tired, but if you start feeling tired in this particular car, you just put your foot down a little bit faster. It'll soon wake you up through adrenaline and excitement. So let's talk about storage in this car. So at the moment, if you take a little look in the middle, we've got a little cubby home here, a few sweets, yes, keys, that kind of thing. Chuck that down. Coffee, water. You can chuck another water in here. Maybe get a bag of crisps in there and a sandwich if you're lucky. It's not too bad. Sports cars generally don't have a lot of space. But this particular model's got a big kind of like bucket there. You can get like a 2-litre lemonade bottle back there and a big bag of family crisps or something. So it's not. There isn't anywhere else to put anything really, because you got plenty of space here. There's these door boxes aren't really that big. You're not going to get much in there. And these, you wouldn't get a sports cap drink in there. You know, there's little bottles only. So, which, you know, it's not a deal breaker. You've got to have compromises with a car like this. You know, but overall, the whole experience, I think, is superb. And if you're a fan of Jaguars, if you're a fan of coupes, if you're a fan of small sports cars, I suggest going and trying a test drive. Our local Jaguar garage is more than happy for you to take one out for a drive. And this is what I hate about other manufacturers, is that they really don't understand. People don't want someone in the back watching you drive all the time. They just let you have it for a few days if you're serious. Definitely. Here we go. Woohoo! You're gonna have the power to do things like that, you know? I've certainly got the power in this car. Beautiful, beautiful ride. Beautiful. I think I would have been stressing doing that in my A5. I really do. I think I would have been stressing. Handling the road perfectly. Same about my cameraman. I think he might be just getting my top of my head cut off. No, well done. Oh, it's just brilliant. It just keeps giving. That sports exhaust is a must. If you think of this car, just got to get that as an extra. You have to have it. Of course, if you're arriving home late at night after a long day's work and the neighbours are all asleep, turn the button off. It'd be so annoying, I think, if you're in a quiet neighbourhood. So the roads are busy, unfortunately, but normally if you take a look at the road here ahead, just pan the camera that way and take a little look at the road. These roads generally, you know, you can get a nice speed up. They're nice and curvy. You've got lovely views. You've got a bit of a forest over there. So it's just beautiful roads. 50-mile-an-hour speed limit, which, you know, for this small road is quite a nice speed, really. A lot of downhill. This car, on the right day, quiet roads. Oh my god! Just get that exhaust. Add a bit of noise to the countryside. Yeah, I want one. I just need to find about £70,000 now. I think this car is around about, with the extras, it's about £72,000. So it's done in sapphire blue, which wouldn't be my normal choice. However, I've grown to like it. Around about during the summer here, you know, it gets dark about 9 o'clock. About 7 o'clock in the evening, this car starts looking really kind of like a metallic black. It's got a different shimmer and different lights, which I particularly like. But a lot of the times it can look boring navy blue, which I don't like about it. So, I don't know. It'd be a difficult one. If I was looking at the options, I would say definitely upgrade the sound system and the infotainment system. I don't know if they do a bigger screen. I think they do. Looking at the inserts here, I would say there's room there for an extra larger screen. So they'll probably do a larger screen, better sound system. Meridian, I think it is, for this car. And you know, I've come from my A5, which has got the Bang & Olufsen sound system, and this sound system is pants in comparison. Of course it would be, because it's just a standard sound system. So I would definitely have that as an extra. I would definitely have the S with the brake calipers, the extra sporty look. The ride is so comfortable. I wouldn't do anything with the suspension or anything. It's just fine as it is. Of course, heated seats are a must for the winter. Don't need a heated steering wheel. I think we just don't have that kind of weather in our country. And of course, the exhaust. Got to have the exhaust. I have got this button here, which is kind of like the dynamic mode on and off. I turned it off, started going around some roundabouts, and of course it's a bit traction controls off. Oh, it gets a bit hairy, a bit scary. It's a bit more fun if you like that kind of thing. I'm leaving that squarely off. I'm not putting that on. So dynamic is off. For safety purposes. Safety first, of course. I just want to floor it. I can't. Too much traffic. Okay, so we're going to do the tunnel test. We've got the exhaust on. The windows are going to go down. So we've got a bit of wind noise. And then the wind's going to stop in a minute. And then here we go.